Alright, well, welcome. We are actually doing two different things tonight. We are, one and foremost, we are playtesting the rules that came out for One D&D. The first portion of it, which is the playtest for character origins document, which includes some feats as well as some mechanic changes. I will do my best to remember all of them. And then we are also doing it in the Steinhardt Guide to the Eldritch Hunt, using that one of the adventures tied to this new setting. So we're doing two things at once, which is, never a bad thing at all. So how we will start the story is a little bit different. As for our group of heroes, you guys are at the Radiant. Oh, well, you are on your way back to the Radiant Citadel. You have it was kind of mundane, some minor danger, helping out one of the civilizations with one of their issues. However, as you took a turn, you found the jewel to make it back home, to do a debrief. You were all our shield bearers. However, when you did the code, the passphrase, to be teleported back to it, when you said, "Oh, everything changes." There was this eldritch reverberating throughout the area. The jewel started changing colors. It was just it started going in hues of purple, black, dark blue, gray, white, and then this kind of blinding light. And as it finally the light died down, you find yourselves somewhere else entirely. You are atop of a hill. This hill overlooking there's a large tree in front of you, and you're looking down. You see this kind of large, majestic city, kind of probably like a mile or so away. But however, as you look down, you are in the middle of a very grisly scene. Now, as we do character introduction, as you introduce your character, you find that these other people, they look almost like you. Almost like if you didn't know any better, like maybe it's like a version of you. But you met a grisly end. So to keep it up with the grim dark of this place, as you do a little character introduction, if you choose to, or you could be as generic. Oh, and of course, in mind safety, don't want to go in context, get really explicit. But as you go into characters, how would you have found your doppelganger or other variant of yourself? How did they have a untimely end? And we will start with Flapjack.
So there's a doppelganger thing?
Well, yeah. It looks like, it looks kind of like you, but they met a grisly end. But as we introduce yourself, and how did they go?
So my character is in a mine, and he spends a lot of his time in mines because he's a laborer. And so I'm guessing cave-in.
Okay. Okay. So this as you're kind of on the field, you're seeing like your doppelganger on the ground, so kind of crushed then.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and then just a little bit. Let's talk about Flapjack.
So yeah, Flapjack is a miner. He spends a lot of his time in mines, mining, and also protecting the other miners because he is the strongest of the bunch, and also the hardiest by far. And so that's how he spent most of his life.
Okay, very nice. And then we go into from Flapjack to Luna.
All right, so Luna is a high elf cleric of Bahamut, and has dedicated kind of to, the pursuit of peace as much as possible. And I guess laying on the ground in front of her is a version of Luna that very much has been, killed by violence, which
Mm-hmm.
is not her normal way.
Yeah.
Clearly, some sort of like up close and personal attack.
Yeah. And then as we go to Luna, let's talk about Dirk.
Dirk Brownfoot, a renowned bard. In fact, well, actually, Brownfoot is not his name, and he's actually not renowned. In fact, it was a name that stuck quite unceremoniously when he stepped in a large pile of goat dung. But unfortunately, that was one of the few shows where he actually had an audience, and so he felt he had to stick with the moniker because it was his only claim to notoriety. Because of his penchant for being a little bit overly verbose in, well, awkward situations, he sees his doppelganger of this world with his tongue cut out and his throat crushed, and he goes, "Ah, must have been talking too much. That tracks."
Nice. And then from Dirk to Key.
Yeah, Ki Wukong is a what is it? Order of Mercy monk. So of course, putting the monk and the key in monkey, I have to wear a monkey mask, and I've got a quarterstaff like Sun Wukong in the Legends. He's I'm gonna basically be trying to play like the more of a trickster, not really into like following directions and stuff like that, and just kind of very curious and troublesome, and just gets himself into a lot of trouble. And chances are very good if Key saw a doppelganger of him that's actually dead. He probably has a smile on his face that's been beaten bloody, and he probably did something to ask for it.
Okay. And then last, certainly not least of all, Clyde.
All right. Well, Clyde is he looks down and he sees what can only be a elderly, almost stately version of himself that looks like it has died in its sleep with very a very elderly, kind of statesman like. He's got the kind of the white around his temples, and he seems to have lived a very, not very risky existence. And this is not to anything like the small halfling that you see. Clyde doesn't even think twice and begins rifling through this other one's pockets, looking for loose change as well as stealing whatever jewelry is on the other Clyde's person.
I would say, roll me a d20.
I can't roll ones though.
Yeah, sure. I was gonna say you just find one golden piece, or I don't know, you find 11. 11 golden, gold pieces, but like touching them, they even this place, it even kind of feels, it even looks like charred, and there's blemishes on it.
Clyde will look at the gold pieces, put a few in his pocket, and then kind of do the finger walk dance with one of them as he flips it up into the air, snatches it, and places it in his coin pouch.
Nice.
Clyde is a halfling rogue of the Soulknife variety, and his background is he's a bit of a charlatan.
Oh, you know what? And as Charlotte, as you were looking through, not only did you find out the 11 gold pieces, you also find a letter. Of course, it's bloodied and mangled. There's torn pieces, but you guys can kind of read enough of it. And it'll say, "Greetings, brave heroes of fate and fortune. I beseech the pleasure of thy company at my manse with the utmost of haste. Yarnha, and I will type it in the chat, and its people are suffering terrible circumstances that grow by the minute, and adventurous persons such as yourselves are needed to relieve us of the strange afflictions plaguing our city. In addition, in appreciation of your professional assistance and discretion in these sensitive matters, I pledge a reward of 1,000 pieces of gold. Entry to our great city is regulated due to our current troubles. So you must tell the guards your purpose for admission as merchants looking to purchase particularly large beds, and my agent will meet you. I look forward to speaking with you soon. May the light forever shine upon thee, TR."
Are we able to get a copy paste of that?
I was just gonna type out the clues because yeah, Lou Yar. Yeah, I'm like, you know what I like about the D&D stuff though? They have a pronunciation guide, so I'm like, so I'll take a few minutes and like, this one I'm like, nope, nothing. So I'm like, Lou Yarna.
George is just going to walk up to these brave-looking adventurers and see if they'd like to buy any shoes.
Oh wait, George, I totally missed you. I am so sorry.
That's what happens. People don't notice commoners walking about, particularly middle-aged men, and he's not quite sure how he ended up with those shield bearers. He must just have been helping, maybe like a quartermaster.
Yes, of course.
Like helping with supplies. This is a very strange place indeed, and it's very traumatic to see his body that is just stabbed through with the various sharp implements from the leatherworking tools, and the tinker's tools, and the smith's tools, and the mason's tools, all just like stabbed into his body. It is quite disturbing, and he was promised that if he kept this talisman, that he would be protected forever and be able to sell his goods forever and make his goods forever. But that does not look like that's the case. It looks like the talisman failed. And he's very concerned right now because this talisman helps keep him alive. He is a crafter. And so has the crafter feat, which is all kinds of tools. Plus, he's human, so he had the skilled feat, which is even more tools. So he is well designed to get stuff done over a long period of time, but not for adventure. And he will try to sell you shoes.
Awesome, excellent. You know what? I think I had a window up, and then it kind of blocked your name, so I think I only saw Flapjack and Luna. So I'm like, oh, okay. So my bad. Well, everyone gets inspiration no matter what.
I will pull out those tools and clean them because you can never have too many tools.
Of course.
Like, what kind of pitch do we get? Like, is it a decent pitch?
Well, it's a little traumatic as he's cleaning this off the bodies, but they are some of the best shoes you're going to find. I mean, they're like, I'm inspired by a force greater than us all to use these, and I'm working to see if I can infuse them with magic someday. But for now, they're just mighty fine shoes.
All right, good. Now that we have a party together, I actually do feel a little bad, but it's all good. You know, it feels perfect that the one person who's being a commoner actually got forgotten. That fits. You know, that was intentional, of course.
Now that we have all assembled, Clyde will say, "Well, in case we need to have conversations, without anybody listening, he will connect us all. Ooh, that's for 5 hours of psionic talk."
Nice.
And seeing that how badly injured his doppelganger is, George calls upon his patron to give him a little bit of protection.
All right, and protection you shall have. Nice.
My companions, because I am known as Dirk the Dirty Brownfoot, I will make sure I give you all aids.
Oh.
Some aid for you, aid for you, aid for you, aid for everyone. Did you say it? Think I said something else?
Oh no, I now have 66 hit points.
I'm up to 24 with the aid.
I'm up to 27.
Aha, I'm up to 28.
Wait, and 8 is to our max, not temp. Hang on.
That is correct.
All right.
In case you're wondering how I got this many hit points. 4th level Barbarian, 18 con, tough, and the dwarf toughness.
Yeah, we're just kind of going crazy off the wall, so I'm.
Believe me, Flapjack.
Yeah.
In this dark world, we will need that.
We will need.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, I guess the feat I took was healer, obviously, but
New and improved.
is it? Well, yeah. You have to spend hit die. I don't know. I have mixed feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but it helps your spells now, right?
It only lets you reroll ones on the rolls you make with using the healer's action.
I thought it spells too. I thought that was the whole thing of it. It's
The feat I took hasn't changed from the original. It's still 2 hit points per level.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of wanted to give the Tremor Sense a try.
Oh, sure. No, definitely.
And the other character I had in mind was a rogue who capitalizes on the alert feature where you can swap initiatives, whereby I try to get as high an initiative as possible by going human and getting that inspiration, and then using that on inspiration on initiative so I can get advantage, and then with my proficiency bonus on top of that, and then swap that initiative to somebody who needs it more.
All right. We are rocking on.
Did I read this rule saying every background now gives a feat?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only level 1 feats, and we don't know what the higher level feats are yet.
Yeah. I mean, so far, I think toughness is still the same. Savage attacker's the same, which actually that makes sense. I think that's it. I think healer got. It got buffed. It's got the bonus to healing spells in the kits. I guess with hit die, your mileage will vary. So, that'll be interesting. All right, and what's I guess we can do it on the block. What's your marching order kind of like?
Unless somebody attentive wants to be in front, Flapjack can be in front. He's got that danger sense.
Key can go second.
Okay, so for our perceptive, it looks like we have a range. Looks like Luna is our most perceptive, followed by Clyde. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Sort of hanging to the back, but he doesn't want to be the very last one.
Sure, of course.
Luna will go fourth.
Yeah, I made just a general because I did copy you guys as a different map. So once you go to a different map, you probably have to change. Half of the maps, the main ones, I did not do it a grid because it just looked weird. So it'll be gridless. So just as a heads up. But as you all start traveling, making your way to Luyarna, you will encounter terrified families and refugees fleeing the city.
I'll do my best to console them.
So, go ahead. Give me a. Just give me. Oh no. You know what? What would be like a passive persuasion for Luna?
Passive persuasion would be 12.
Okay. So.
And I'll patch up anyone who needs patching, stuff like that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a medicine check.
As she is patching them up, can Dirk play them a consoling, sad song?
Sure. Go ahead. Give me either. Yep. Either or. Yep. Oof. Nice. You see a couple kids are just like they kind of light up along the way as they see you playing the tunes. As you're kind of talking to people, kind of doing. A lot of these people just look like they have minor scrapes. You do see a couple scratches. Go ahead. You got a pretty high medicine. Some of the little minor wounds that you're helping out, they look like claw marks. You see some of them have they more like claws, but other ones look like elongated. Like if you didn't know any better, you thought that maybe they got attacked with like a sword. But like how the cut is, it looks like really like they have like it's like short swords for fingers or something.
Interesting.
Clyde will go around like helping people, like trying to move up their sacks, get them in a better position for them to carry them. And as he does, he'll see if there's any quick pouches he might need to lift off.
Oh yeah, go give me a sleight of hand. Oh, and then you will hear, "Oh, bless you, bless you for helping us." And someone will say that, "Oh, Luharn, that the aristocracy's to blame. The aristocracy turned to dark arts and cursed our city. Oh, the Radiant Church is fighting this plague, and this curse has turned the moon red and scorching, driving people mad who gaze upon the flames."
Flapjack is offering to help carry some heavy stuff.
Okay. So yeah, I will say as a group to help. Clyde, you're able to get pilfer from people 18 copper pieces.
Perfect. Lightens their loads.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we be going with them? It doesn't look like it's safe in this direction.
Bahamut bids me to end this plague and bring peace to these people.
Well,
I don't know, used all kinds of poisonous gases in the mines.
So, as you mentioned, you all kind of, say as a group, you all kind of instinctively look up when they mention the moon, in moon red and scorching, driving mad, because of course it's just kind of nature. I'd like everyone to give me a wisdom saving throw. Okay.
I like how the Barbarian did the best on the wisdom save.
Yeah. You know what? You saw it coming.
So far, all I've done is roll 4s all night.
Nothing immediately happens. Yeah, you guys are fine. It does. It kind of, if you didn't know any better, you would have thought it was like the sun setting, and then you're kind of realizing, oh, it is night. It is a moon. And of course, this little thing on your token, just hold on to it for now. I'll let you know when you take the bleeding eye off. But so far, you know what? Flapjack, George. You know what? It's like a red eye. Doesn't look just look at it, it's like, okay,
I pointed to Moon. I'm like, stop being red.
Okay.
I'm not the brightest. 7 intelligence.
Ooh. Well, of course those poisonous didn't bother me at all, ever. So, you guys have to kind of patch people up, that they tell you to be wary. They say that, some of the Luharnans, have changed into monsters and kind. So, but they look at you, but they're like, well, hopefully you'll look like experienced hunters. Hopefully you should bring an end to this madness. But the people you helped, thank you, and they will tell you they're going to other town that I don't know will be listed, but that's where they're going, and they hope, they hear tales of your victory, and they could come back to the city. But as the sky is filled with heavy clouds, as the picturesque Luyarna comes into sight, even without the moonlight, the sprawling city sparkles with dancing lights. The beautiful arched bridges and gently curving towers are a testament to its history of art and wealth. While the gleaming metal machines are a monument to their advanced technology, moonlight breaks through the clouds just as the towering gates loom ahead, and shadows dance across the walls as raging distant fires can now be seen. The city's beauty fades quickly with each step closer as the crumbling walls and decay come into sight. Even the moon with its orange hues reflecting the seemingly burning city, ahead of you. And as we take you all into here, let's see. Oh, you know what? And I will say, Luna, as you are you notice that around the buildings, you see a lot of feathers and clumps of fur littering the ground. I will actually bring you all into a new map. Alright.
I'll just point out that stuff on the ground.
Okay. And once you guys go, those look like raven feathers. Look more kind of closely. But as you all kind of go to the city gates, the winding road ends abruptly under the watchful eye of imposing statues flanking the massive city gates. Uniformed guards stand vigilant along a newly built barricade, and a gaunt man in immaculate priestly robe stands off to one side, scribbling into a large book. His quill stops as he adjusts his thin-rimmed spectacles and blankly observes your approach. You also see a broad-shouldered guard sporting an impressively well-maintained beard and a grim look in his eyes, forward and calls out, "May the light smile upon you, travelers. These gates are closed. As you can see well enough, what business do y'all have here?"
Oh, believe me, good guard, these gates will open for us, for we are here on important business. I mean, can't you tell? We look so much cleaner and less destitute than everyone else.
I mean, y'all just look like maybe some fancy out-of-town help, but looking for work or something. Look like a band of easily, morally ambiguous and easily swayed to violent type of sorts of mercenary folk. But this city here's we got a plague going on here, so there might not be any work for y'all here.
That's actually a very astoundingly astute observation, but we are here to help with the plague.
Well, oh, you say. And as a quick little reminder for y'all from the note, he said if you guys encounter guards, you're supposed to be asking the guards about buying large beds.
By the way, his Flapjack's great axe is actually flavored as a giant pickaxe.
Nice.
Like and he holds it up like, "All right, good worker."
Well, if we ever need some labor help, you certainly look like a good hand with that.
Clyde will mention over the psionic link to Dirk. Remember about the beds, the very large beds, which are just normal sized beds to us, but maybe large beds to them. And I'll kind of nod towards the larger sized of us.
As all eyes turn to Dirk.
Well, yes, I mean, of course we're here for beds.
Oh.
Plagues, don't you guys have loads of extra beds lying around?
Oh, you folks seem to be looking for particularly large beds?
Well, I mean, if you have anything of unusual size, sure.
Huh. And then you see, as a group, you can passively see the guards kind of give nods to each other. Nod. The acolyte kind of looks to move in. Oh, what do you mean? You're looking for beds? And the guard goes, nah, we got it. All right, y'all. Well, go ahead, go through here. You may pass. Go up north, and there is a particular shop I heard about y'all need to go to. Got some large beds.
Perfect. Dirk will turn to Flapjack. I'm not even sure what's happening right now, but I'm going with it.
They said go this way, I think.
Mm-hmm. And then you guys are able to kind of go forward. Yeah. As you guys kind of get around here, and a little fast forward as you guys go past through the gates, you head into the city.
Just start holding his breath as he gets in the city walls.
Okay.
And after like the minute or two that he can hold his breath, he'll let it out, but then he'll suck it back in and hold it again.
Okay. All right. Well, as you go just past the arched gateway, lies an eerily silent cobblestone path leading further into the city, and despite the slight breeze, the scent of death and refuse is overpowering with each step forward, revealing rotting corpses lying in the shadows and gutters, as this whispery voice slithers from the shadows. Whisper, whisper, whisper. And, and popping up. It says, "May the light smile upon you, friends," as you notice a darkly dressed halfling quietly leaning against the wall nearby. He flashes you a crooked smile with a hint of gold as he nods in greeting. And, oh, you know what? All of my friends, so Clyde, Key, nope, Luna, yep, just Luna, Dirk, Key, and Clyde. Behind the halfling, you catch a flash of a massive eldritch eye with two pupils emerging from the wall next to the building before disappearing. I would like you all to make a wisdom saving throw. However, the eye, eyes. I think with the exception of Georg and Flapjack, the four who can see it, roll me with disadvantage.
So this was an eye we saw with two pupils?
A massive eldritch eye, with two pupils. Yep. Yep, so funny enough, the ones who succeeded are the ones who don't even notice it, so yay on you. Okay, so unfortunately, fail. Luna, you pass. Luna passes. Key does a failure. Flapjack, actually, you don't have to make it because you didn't notice it. And Commoner, you did not notice it either because your passives are not high enough to see it. And Dirk, okay, so on the handouts, I have uploaded on the sheet their madness effects. So this is a short-term madness. I guess when it comes to like the actual rules, it'll be intelligence saving throws. But I think for now, for the sake of the module, this is a wisdom saving throw. But if we dabble more with this setting, it'll be intelligence saving throws. But short-term madness. So I would like Dirk, Key, and Clyde to roll me a percentile, please. And it did as PDF, so let me know if you guys can see it or you can't. I think I made it available for everyone to see.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, okay, no, that is my bad. I think short term is just a... Hold on, let me see. Here, to roll on the table below. Okay, you roll a D100 and then you roll a D10 to determine your form of madness. Okay, so this will be interesting. We will start with Clyde. You got a 3.
Oh, it looks like the table is missing one of the pages.
Yeah, there is a second page on the other handout. There should be short-term madness 2. Should have that. So we will, yeah. Team's got it. All right, 1. So we're Clyde as we get going. So 3 and a 10. So your mind is liberated from any sense of self you may possess. Desperate to find yourself again and believing anything, you automatically fail saving throws against being charmed. And a D4. Clyde, just how many? I think it's how many minutes you deal with. Hold on, let's look at the again, just to make sure. Short term, yep, D4 in minutes. Okay, that is.
Everyone's so charming.
Yep, everyone is cool. All right, key 16. Your mind is invaded by the sound of the cosmos. And Eldritch Utterlings scratch your brain. You hear the sound of the soft caress of whispers behind your back. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is very, very Cthulhu. And then I think Dirk, that's key. And then I think Dirk, I think you're the only one. You're the last one. So, Dirk, if you could do me a percentile, please, unless you did it already. First do a percentile and then a D10.
Oh, I thought you said I had passed, or...
Oh, no, it was a fail because it was disadvantaged.
Oh, okay. But then, I thought you had said that certain people, if their perception was low enough, they didn't even notice.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right. You know what, Dirk? You didn't even see... You have a 11. That's my bad. Okay, so Key and Clyde. Okay. You know what? I think... Yeah, I got confused. I thought it was higher. Okay, but yeah. You're supposed to actually get weird boons from the madness tables for some of the rolls. But anyways, yeah, just for Key and Clyde. You know, and you guys kind of look again, and but the rest of you don't even notice it. Or Luna, you see it, and you know what? Nothing was there, and you're doing a puppy bio break, so all's good. But anyways, as the halfling kind of looks at Key and Clyde, kind of staring, he kind of looks behind him, doesn't see anything, and then we'll just say, I apologize. Yes, I don't know if you had. Thankfully, there's nothing behind me, but yes, my name is Madden Gillett. I am. Our mutual employer has decided, has said for me to meet you here, and then we need to make our way through the Ruby district in order to get to his manor. So he will kind of say, "All right, let's head on."
Okay, to the Ruby District.
Okay, and as you were moving toward the Ruby District, you see a man dressed in the rags of once fine clothing stumbles out of an alleyway with a red handkerchief held against his mouth as he places a shaky hand on a wall to steady himself just before his eyes roll back, and a stream of thick black blood erupts from his mouth, and then with a shudder he collapses to the ground, stone dead even before his skull cracks against the pavement. Madden recoils from the corpse and pulls his cloak tighter around himself. We proceed from this point forward in the shadows, he says before motioning for you all to follow. The city is sick, and there is far worse between us and where we are headed. And then as we move here, now we will go into kind of a cool little map, but, no grids, because it has grids. So this is all going to be gridless. But as he kind of sticks to the shadow, he kind of tries to take a more stealth approach that you can kind of see before. For some of you, it's hard to see. If you guys, if you want to follow in his kind of footsteps, I would need a group stealth check. So you guys do have inspiration. I think there's more abilities now that can give you a stealth.
You know what? George will use his inspiration for this one.
Ooh, Dirk, nice.
Ooh, Dirk. If I guess you could give it back to George.
Yep, I'm gonna give inspiration to George.
Thank you. Is it roll? Oh, not the worst.
Oh, pretty good.
Wow. I apparently suck.
I'm back. What am I rolling?
Group stealth. Somebody walked out and kind of died kind of horrifically in front, and then Madden, the halfling guide, kind of ducks into the shadows, kind of giving you the signal that you should all try to be stealthy. I'll say if you...
Flapjack is trying to hide, but he's too big. He's like trying to hide behind a pole.
Okay.
So I got a 15 because apparently I rolled a dex save somehow instead of stealth when I click stealth.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna test that.
I just went clang, clang, clang.
I was gonna say, Luna, if you'd like, you could use an inspiration to give yourself a normal roll if you'd like.
Too late now.
Okay.
I did see, so the nat 20 that Dirk got. Does Dirk get inspiration again? How does this work?
I already gave my inspiration to George.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
George,
I mean, fortunately.
Yeah. So George used his inspiration, then immediately got Dirk's back.
Because if you get inspiration from rolling a natural 20 and you already have inspiration, you can just give it to someone else?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm not going to use my inspiration right now. But...
Okie dokie. So good.
Luna, just let the whole neighborhood know we're here.
So Dirk. Okay, so Dirk, Key, come. Okay, so as a group, 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right. So you guys are barely kind of. There's a little touch and go with the noise as you guys are. You can kind of see Madden just kind of turn and look at you all, but then he just kind of keeps going. But as you guys are moving along the docks, you hear the cry of seagulls passing overhead, and the soft lapping of waves against the stones are the only sounds that can be heard on this stretch of docks. Your silent guide motions for caution as he slips cautiously from shadow to shadow. All right, and he will actually. Ooh, he does not get wider. Or shrinks. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so he will kind of leap from over here. You guys can kind of keep pace. And as you all, I would say, as a group, kind of over here. At that point, actually, guys, stop. George, you can see these two people kind of in the back. They started listening, and you hear, "It's your fault." And they're corrupted. You can kind of hear coming from this house.
I will motion towards that house. It's gonna hold up 2 fingers because I think that's what adventurers do.
Mm-hmm.
And just point.
You can talk to us in your mind.
Oh, really? This is so weird. There's 2 voices coming out of there. Do I need to whisper?
No, it's psionics.
This is fantastic.
Well, then speak up a little bit.
There are 2 voices I hear coming out of that little shack over there to the right.
Clyde will sneak up and try to look inside like a window.
Okay. You know what? Go ahead. Give me another stealth, Clyde.
And where is our guide going? Is he going south?
Yeah. He just doesn't. He kind of looks. He darts around. He kind of does like a little parkour on a higher, and then kind of jumps down. You know, it looks like any shadow. It looks like over here. Hold on. Let's see. It looks like over here, like he really gonna move, but there's not enough shadow, so you kind of see him kind of skirt and move the other way. So, Clyde, you see these two individual. Let me get them. I'll reveal them. And I mean, they're not exactly the same, but they are two, and so look at them. They're kind of strange. Well, they look like people. You do see their hands. They have these elongated like talons on their hands, and it's kind of dripping blood, and they're kind of like pointing at each other with the claws, and they kind of look a little feral.
I think that's what scratched those people on their way out of town.
Somebody give them some clippers. They've been at that house for too long.
I will inform the party psionically. Did those match the wounds that we saw earlier?
Yeah, it looks like one of them. That the elongated looks like short sword fingers kind of a deal or something.
Should we tell our psionically? Should we tell our companion Madden to hold on up?
Yeah, I mean, he's moving ahead. We might lose him at this point.
Are there any large-sized beds in here?
No. That they're actually there's lots of claw marks on the short beds.
All right. Well, I guess we know where these guys are at. Move on down.
Alrighty. So Dirk, as you're kind of moving, Luna, you will see a pair of sickly-looking beggars sit huddled under blankets around a small fire, roasting what appears to be a giant rat on a spit. The foul stench of charred fur and smoke fills the air.
I would whisper them to be careful because there are the knife hand guys up there.
They're like, what did you say?
There's something back there. They have these sharp fingers. I think they may have hurt other townsfolk. You may want to hide.
You mean like this? As the beggars actually show their large fingernails, and they look like they're ready to rush on poor Luna. As suddenly you see Madden kind of turn around at the same time, and he does like he breathes the sound like no. And then let's do some initiative. Let's.
You know what? It did not add my +5 for alert.
You don't have a +5 for alert.
Oh, I don't?
You have like a plus your proficiency bonus for alert.
Oh, okay.
But you have advantage, right?
Let me look at it again.
Ooh.
So alert's different now?
Yes, it's.
So you have proficiency in initiative.
And you can swap with somebody else if you want.
Mm-hmm. And.
Okay.
But you can still be surprised, so.
That feat did not seem to improve at all.
Well,
I like
it. It will for rogues.
It's very good strategically.
Because now rogues won't be able to roll less than
Oh, right.
like 14 on initiative, depending on
Well-
their dexterity.
Well, and most rogues are going to have +5 dex by then.
Right.
I would argue, though, that it doesn't say you're proficient in initiative. It says when you roll initiative, you can add your proficiency bonus.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, for reliable talent, it applies to any roll where you add your proficiency bonus.
Ooh.
Okay. I was gonna say, because otherwise I could see some people rules lawyering and saying that wouldn't work.
They can try. They're gonna be wrong.
Yeah, Ken.
Indeed,
Key.
as I was just right now.
Key. Some actions going on. What do you want to do?
All right, so I see those things coming towards us. I guess I'm gonna go get their attention. All right, so there's one over there. Oh, okay, so 2 over there and 2 over here.
Those 2 are in a home right now, but they're probably gonna come out because of the noise. So.
All right. I guess since I don't see them yet, I'm gonna move about 20 feet up over here, and I'm gonna chuck one of my darts at this guy over there.
Okay.
14 to hit.
That will hit.
For 6 piercing damage.
Alrighty, let's see. Okay. Alright, cool.
Alright, and I'll just take out my staff and twirl it to the left, twirl it to the right, and get into a fighting stance, and I'll end my turn.
Cool. Alright, the one you threw the dart at. 10, 15. You know what? He will provoke from Dirk. Madden, you see he gets, he starts backing, if he could back any more into the shadows, he would. Ooh! Stabbing.
Auto hit. For 10 piercing. And has anyone used their inspiration?
I meant to use it on initiative, but I didn't.
You can have mine.
We could save it. You could, if someone wants to use inspiration, they can kind of do a floating inspiration for tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna give out because I haven't used mine yet, so another floating inspiration is out for the next person who uses it.
Sure, that will work. But as in this fallen Luharnian will try to claw at Key. No. Okay, that's alright. That's all I could do. What about this one? It doesn't do anything. Just yet. It doesn't do anything just yet. Luna.
So those ones over yonder haven't seemed to react yet?
No, and I'll say after the first round, they'll probably start reacting, but for right now, for 6 seconds, they're just kind of oh, they hear a noise.
Unless they stop hearing noises.
This is true.
All cast silence.
Where would you like to cast the silence?
Let's see, I get a 20-foot radius sphere, so I will just drag out a sphere and place it strategically.
Okay.
I just have to open them.
Oh, let me know if you're having problems opening them.
Nah, it just takes a couple clicks.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with that. It's very
Okay.
quiet.
Okay.
And then is this a building or can I back up over this way?
Yeah, it's a building. It's yeah. You can back up.
Then I'll just sort of back up. Oh, I'm moving the radius thing instead of myself.
Okay. Let me. We'll just move. I'm just gonna delete this. But yeah, you're kind of. It's taking the combat, so I guess I can move it to the back. But I'm just gonna. Well, I'll just leave it here.
I'm just gonna back up around that ish way, and then the circle is a little further left.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to make sure, I had a buffer around either of the fallen guys. They couldn't just step out and shout.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
I have to click the button. So much clicking.
I mean, I was gonna do it, but that's fine. Clyde. It's quiet in that area now.
All right. Well, Clyde enters into the silence, and he will mentally or psionically thank Luna as he pulls out no weapon, but his hand manifests a blade made of pure psionic energy. As he will use his inspiration to attempt to stab this one.
Okay, cool. Ooh, it says
3 will probably do it.
it will do it.
And we will give this one a little bit of sneaky for 11 psychic.
Okay, that didn't kill him. That was just okay.
Ooh, still up?
Barely. He has. He is very, very hurt.
And then spinning around with his bonus action, he will slice with his offhand.
Offhanded. It should. It does. Ooh, all right. And
6.
how do you finish him off?
So, in kind of like a whirl, the main hand comes across, and then Clyde spins and slices right across his kind of midsection.
Okay.
Seeing his enemy fall, he takes a few steps back to get out of Flapjack's way and ends his turn with his improved speed more so than a normal half.
So, Clyde, I will say you see something moving on the rooftops.
Then Clyde will psionically let the party know that there may be something on the rooftops.
Dirk.
Well, through the unearthly silence, he will see one creature fall into a couple of pieces, put that way by Clyde, as Dirk turns to the west and approaches this guy. You know what? I'm not that sturdy. I'm not going to do that. That's crazy. Dirk, wait a second. You can't viciously mock someone when there's silence, can you? So in that case,
yeah.
I will come forward and rush him in my head going, oh my god, I'm going to get killed today. You know what? I think I should use my inspiration on this.
Yeah, why not? Let's go to it, yeah.
Bible. 15.
15 is a hit.
Oof. Thank Tamora.
All right.
In my head, I'll kind of say, guys, a little help here, and I'll just kind of hold position for now.
Flap of the jack. Oh,
How
no.
much movement do
Okay, there you go.
How much movement do you get up to the roof?
You know what? I'll say it's give me athletics. I'll say like 20 feet to get like up here.
Okay.
I'll say, oh, give me an athletics. Ooh.
Well,
Oof.
I will give my inspiration to Dirk.
Thank you, sir.
Oh man, all these crits.
Right.
Oh, so you, as you hop up in the quiet, you spot something, you haven't seen before. And I will put them on the initiative because you see these crow-like raven creatures. Okay, let me get to tokens. I don't know if you can see them. They're winged, raven. Now, you see this one kind of start moving around because, and they're trying to communicate with each other, but like like there's no sound coming from them.
Can I reach them?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll say with your move, you could reach them because they were kind of huddled on the roof. They actually were paying attention, but they're kind of like trying to mimic to each other. And let me add them to the initiative. So I was gonna add them next round. That's okay. Okay. Let me sort it, but Flapjack. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna try and flatten them. This is I'm using a ball. I guess it's a very blunt pickaxe.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm actually not raging.
Okay. 10 is a miss.
Yeah. All right. Bonus action. I am going to. This is not going to make much of a difference up here. So instead, I'll just rage.
All right, cool. All right, he will actually go in turn. I'll say can't say anything, but we'll try to claw on a Dirk. 17 on Dirk.
That is a hit, sir.
All right, 10 slashing. It's the big old gash, and George, you can hear some fighting. You can see flapping of wings and raven, and you hear the sound of Flapjack.
I'm still in the silence, right? So I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh no, you can't hear. Yeah, it's still silent over by you. So, I'll say you can see like some feathers flapping from.
I'm going to step back out of the silence. And then I checked, and I actually think this will work. I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead into the silence, and it's not going to make a noise, but it will still do the damage because the sound fills it in the air around it, and so it's not when I cast. So I think this will be a silent Toll of the Dead. It's not rolling. It's a DC 12 dex save.
Sure.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Grab onto his talisman.
Okay, so is it which one did you? Is it
The one that's in the silence.
Oh, okay.
I'm fighting Dirk.
The one that's in the South Valley Dirk? Okay.
Over on the left.
Oh. Got Dirk's fighting. Oh, of course. Blech. Okay. All right. And that's a wisdom save. Okay, that's 11.
11 necrotic. Those things take necrotic, and I'll move back next to Luna and her shiny armor, and that will end my turn.
Okay, I'll just kind of. All right, key. It is quiet where you're in, but you, can't hear anything. But got the one was right there.
All right. I did hear Dirk screaming in my head, so I'm gonna try to run up and help him. I will run up, do like a quick hop, and bring my quarterstaff straight down on him.
Okay.
Oof. 12 to hit.
12 actually is what you need.
For 5 bludgeoning.
All right.
And
Hit.
if he's still up, I'm gonna flurry.
All right. Still up.
Did Dirk take some damage?
Yes, he got a claw.
All right. One of my flurry attacks, I'm gonna change to a Hand of Healing. So this is healing for Dirk. Not the attack. You get 7 hit points back, and then the second attack will be like the second flurry. So that's a 21 to hit for 8 more bludgeoning.
Okay. Holding on barely.
Damn. Okay. That's all I can do. End of turn.
All right. So the evil Kenku, can they have attacks? It's not gonna melee attack. Oh, okay. All right. It will do on Flapjack. It will do a beak, and I think that's a miss. And hit you with some talons, which that's both
Just barely
misses. Misses. All right, Luna.
All right, I'm gonna step 5 feet back out of my own little zone of silence so that I can toll the dead, the one that's attacking Dirk.
Okay, and attacking Dirk. Wisdom. And how do you finish this one off? Because you cannot do more than, you cannot do less than 1 point of damage. Nice.
The bell tolls silently around him, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
And I restore the peace with just a little bit of violence.
Just a little bit.
And then I'll hop back in my silence.
Okay.
Playing.
Clyde.
All right. If Flapjack, did you tell us psionically they're up there?
Yup. Dealing with some birds.
All right. Well then, Clyde is going to attempt to get up to the roof.
I'll let you use acrobatics if you want.
Oh, Clyde would love that.
Oh, Clyde, I would like acrobatics. Oof. I'll say with half a movement, you can get up to either the top, just anywhere in this little cluster of buildings.
I can see him from there, though.
Yes, you can.
All right, then. Again, these psionic daggers will appear in his hand, and he will go to throw at this one.
Alrighty.
With his main hand. 22
Nice.
should hit, and it happens to be next to Flapjack. For 11, because my damage goes to 11.
Nice.
And then bonus action, he will throw his offhand as well. 19.
Mm-hmm.
For another 8.
All right.
And hopefully they will stay engaged with my barbarian friend.
Yeah, so far so good. Dirk.
Okay, I see these guys up here. We're still silenced, so he's going to drop his rapier and draw his bow, and then take a quick shot at the more injured one to the left.
Of course.
8 definitely doesn't do it.
Yeah, that's a mess.
As a bonus action, I will give... Wait a second. Can I give a bardic inspiration when I'm in silence?
I would say yes because the psionic whispers. So.
Nope. It says a
Oh.
person has to hear you.
But we can hear you through our minds.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll look up. Flapjack, big guy, you got to take care of them before they come down here and hit me. And you have a 1d6 bardic inspiration, sir.
Cool.
Nice. Get them before they get me.
All right. I don't need my inspiration for this. I'm going to swing recklessly at the one to my left. $18 to hit for 13.
That is a hit.
Didn't you rage?
I'm already raging, yeah.
I think you need to add that to your damage.
So +2.
So 15. All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Alrighty. And George.
seeing the edge of this one, I guess I will toll some more dead. See if I can get the spell to actually cast, and I cannot. DC 12 Wisdom save on the injured Corvian.
The injured is Ooh, you know what? Let's say how do you finish this one off?
Nervously holding on to my talisman and hoping something good happens. I look up at the that Corvette and then I rush forward behind my ally.
Okay, cool. Top of the round.
Right, Key is going to run up, two-hand with a quarter, spin around, try to get him in the side.
Okay.
15 to hit.
That hits.
For 7. And I will flurry of blows again. And, okay, so I'm going to try the grappling rules. I'm going to replace my first unarmed strike with a grapple check. So what would the DC be right now?
I think it's just isn't it just an attack roll?
It's just an attack roll, yep.
Okay, so I have to hit with an attack roll now to cause a grapple.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. With an unarmed strike.
All right, so 13 to hit?
13 is right on the money.
All right. So no damage, he's just currently grappled then, yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, and I'm just going to use my second unarmed strike to headbutt him in the face.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good headbutt.
Roll 20's lagging, hold on. There it is.
It's speeding back up for me, so I'm happy. Oh.
So 8 more bludgeoning, and I'll have my turn.
Alrighty. Then we go. Okay, grapple. I don't think it changed, did it? I think it's still just speed is 0.
Yeah, the effect-wise, I think it's still 0 speed.
Okay, so it can multi-attack. So it will try to hit Key with a beak. So this will be normal. So 6, it's a miss, but will reach out with its talons. And Flapjack, you're going recklessly, so it will do so with its 17. I think it just gets you.
Yep.
All right. And as you get that 8 slashing, you see, look at its eyes, and its eyes sort of reflect the fiery moon as you get a little bit of fire, just a little bit of fire damage tacked onto it.
Interesting. It did not update the bar.
Oh, it's a new feature on Roll20.
Oh.
Oh, it doesn't show on your sheet.
Oh, it's probably right on your sheet, right? It just doesn't do the bar.
Yeah, it's saying 61.
Yep. Oh, I see that it changed.
Yeah, it looks like it changed. Yeah.
Interesting.
Luna.
Do we think there's any negotiating with these bird people?
Probably not.
All right, I will toll the dead, the one up on the roof. I'll step out of my silence to do it. And I still don't have the thing set up on my sheet, but that will fail.
Yes.
Forget that Toll the Dead never shows up in your little macros on, I don't know why.
And for Beyond 20, yeah. I'm not sure.
Nothing 20, I just straight up built the character and rolled 20 and put Toll the Dead on the character sheet, and yeah.
Oh, I'll take a peek at that later. It should do. There's able to do it like that way. But, sorry, anything else for Luna? For Clyde?
No, I'm able to set it up. It just doesn't show up automatically like
Okay.
every other
Yeah,
does. I don't know why.
it's always been that way for some reason. At least for me, also.
All right. Again, Clyde will call forth some psionic blades and toss at this one. 20.
Nice. Nice. Very nice.
Ooh, man, for 17. That's doing some work.
Yeah. Just killing it. Literally
14
hits. Yeah.
for another 7.
There we go. Not doing well at all, but Dirk.
All right. From here, you know what? I believe I'm gonna move 30 feet out of the silence area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Gonna viciously mock it? How could you?
Of course. Oh, by the gods, your smell is so stale. My insults seem fresh.
Alright, let's do... It's wisdom. 2. So 2 points. Okay. Oh. Okay, -2. Okay. There you go. And disadvantage. Very nice. Anything else?
You know what? That is it for me, sir.
Okay, Flapjack.
Flapjack smash.
You know, as you
Reckless.
recklessly slash, it'll do its reaction. Its wing flutter.
Interesting.
Yes, I demonstrated.
Didn't Key have it grappled?
That's right. Well, it can do that, but it just remembered it got grabbed. So then just that comes right back and then hits it. And how do you finish this one off?
Basically in a flurry of like a poof of feathers.
And a poof of feathers.
He gets launched into a nearby building.
Oh yeah, and splat. Okay, and was there? I think you all find from there. Oh yes, one of them was holding the one that got split in two. Was holding a dagger of venom. So, if someone wants to grab it and use it, there's a dagger of venom. It has a bronze snake pommel embedded in its side, and the poison has already been used for the day. It can't be used again until dawn. But to kind of look around, you see the halfling kind of like hurriedly rushing you guys along. And let me clear initiative. Find the command. Nope. Clear. And we will, for the sake of time, we will have you guys kind of fast forward. You guys will move all the way to a manor entrance. Iron spikes adorn the tops of the thick stone walls that surround an ominous, almost fortress-like manor. A green crest bearing a stag's profile decorates the center of the heavy iron knocker on the front doors. And as Halfling, and then he kind of uses the knocker. You see a woman come out, will greet you all and say her name is Mrs. Ackerman, Lord Winwoltz, Major Domo, and one of the last. She's one of the last servants. Since most have fled the city. She's an older woman, but well dressed. And we'll kind of gesture you all to hurry up and enter, and we'll escort you to the sitting room of their Lord Thomathan. Okay, well, I love fancy sounding names, and so then I will fast forward you all to the new room, and up on the sitting room, there's only one chair. It's for Lord Renwold, and will kind of be gestured here. And the sitting room door swings open as an impeccably dressed elderly gentleman strides through them, followed by the ever-silent Madden. At a glance, it is clear that the man is accustomed to wealth and respect. Although his splotchy skin and advanced age suggest his health may be declining, his steel, straight back and fiery eyes suggest otherwise. The gentleman takes in the room with a glance before introducing yourselves. Greetings, heroes. Thank you for responding to my letter. I am Lord Thor Mathan Renwold, and your help is needed.
We have a bird problem.
Oh, we have more. We have all kinds of problems in this city. And yes,
Everybody's
it's
got
been.
long fingernails. You should really give them some clippers.
Well, that. You know
Yes,
what?
some soap.
That's an idea. And yes, Clyde, 4 minutes have passed, so I think, at that point, all my short-term madnesses, they're wiped out, so you guys are good. So we'll say, as you all have seen, there's a plague has swept through the city, has twisted many people into twisted creatures throughout this Ruby district. I am so glad you all here. You all are the. I only get the best, and while I did hire the best local hunter, but after goings on, I decided that I need the best overall, and here you all are. So, basically, it's the church. This the Radiant Church. They're causing all these problems for me and the nobility. And so, as you are all here, I need to tell you, you're on the ground room floor. So many people are twisted and dead. The only thing that comes to mind is after everything subsides, one thing is certain: free real estate. That's right. I think you all here, if you do a good job containing this plague and dealing with the church, you're all on the ground floor for the free real estate. But anyways,
So we'll put these very large beds.
yes, the very large beds, yes. But see, the Radiant Church has been distributing this tonic. It seems to be helping, but can you trust the church? Nobles, we can't. Lies. That's all they are. Just lying. I doubt they're actually helping. I'm sure they're the reason behind the plague. But I did hire the best local hunter. His name is Borast. Apparently, he was trying to find some truth to this plague, but he got attacked, and he is currently recovering in my manor. So, I would like you all to continue where Borast left off.
Sounds like we're the best, not Borast.
Well, he was the best local. You guys are now the best. You are here, so it tells me good things.
Well, and shouldn't we get paid like the best?
Of course. I can give you all 200 gold pieces as a retainer fee, and the extra, and I got some vials of healing, actual healing, only the best healing. You successful, you will get the other 800.
Could we perhaps get some of those vials?
Of course. And we say Eckerman. And then she will kind of give you all as a group 2 potions of healing. So basically, need you to follow where Barras left off and find out what's causing this plague in the Ruby District. More than likely, it's the church. So find the evidence that the church is involved, and you will be paid handsomely. And that's only step 1. There's more steps afterwards.
Okay, find out how the plague got started. Almost for sure it's the church. Just find some evidence. Follow up where Barast left off. Sounds easy to me.
Should we talk to Brass to see what information he has? Where
Yes.
he got attacked?
Yes. And then, oh yes, Ackerman, show them to Baras's room. And as you get led, because I was trying to find, something a little different. We'll just say you guys find a different room with Barast the Hunter. I, looked for an icon, found a dwarf. It looks more ready, able to that, but Ackerman leads the way through the many halls of the manor until stopping at a set of heavy double doors. She hesitates with an almost imperceptible flash of fear crossing her face before catching herself. He hasn't spoken much since we found him, but perhaps he might be willing to aid you, she says, before gently knocking and slowly opening the door. The room beyond is well lit by a crackling fire and candles in every corner. A large window looks across the city and sits just above a large four-poster bed. A middle-aged dwarf with a large bandage covering his left leg is lying on the bed, intently reading a leather-bound book. His eyes dart towards the crossbow resting at the nightstand before returning to squint at you all. And as she'll kind of, Miss Ackerman will kind of usher you all to enter, and she'll just close the door behind you. As the dwarf will kind of get off from his bed and say, "Hail, hunters! My name is Borust. Are you the other help that other hunters he's hired?"
Yes, well met, Borest. We're told you are currently injured and we are to take up your investigation.
Oh, yes. Well, yes. Well, I did as Lord Renwold hired me to do. I dispatched some of the beasts that were terrorizing the Ruby District, but too numerous by the time I arrived, and the city guards are cowards. Since they'd rather hide behind their barricades than face these beasts, but got a few brave citizens in Radiant Church to help fight off the Scourged, and my investigation to this outbreak led me to an abandoned brewery near the center of the Ruby District. There's an abnormal number of infected were gathered around the area, leading me to think they were there. And as I was trying to leave because there were too many, I got clawed at, and I barely made it back to the manor alive.
How does this infection spread?
Go ahead, you guys. Give me like a group medicine check. Oof. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you, Luna.
Okay. Okay. Oh, and
Luna, who's getting that inspiration?
Who needs that? Who doesn't have it?
Clyde doesn't have it.
There you go, Clyde. You're inspired by how good at medicine I am.
I think everyone at this point has all their inspiration back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well.
I did not expect that mechanic to pop up so much.
Okay. So You know, it's kind of hard for you guys because I will say, well, there's one. I'll just give it to you guys. As Boras goes into detail to kind of explain some of the things going on, you think it's something maybe in their food supply or something, or water? It sounds like it's kind of hard to specifically nail down, but he kind of mentions that, you know, sometimes people got sick from the well, sometimes people who are hunting brought back food. He does mention that the Radiant Church has been handing out a tonic to help stave off some of the plague. But also the numbers haven't really dropped, though.
But they haven't gone up since the tonic started being.
Yeah, like as he'll explain, it hasn't. Like for this tonic, it sounds like it might stave. It sounds like overall it's stopping it from spreading beyond the Ruby District, but it's not exactly decreasing it either. But he will give you directions on where this brewery is. He said it is nearby. This abandoned brewery was where the Radiant Church was. They had their own brewery, but due to a poisoning incident many years ago, they had to shut it down.
So the brewery is where he last investigated?
Yeah, the brewery was the last place he was at. He saw that that's where he thinks they're coming from because they had a higher, but he got ambushed on his way and he got messed up pretty badly. As you can see, like his leg looks, it's bandaged, but it doesn't look great.
Okay. By the way, Boras, you probably want to get that looked at. It looks infected.
It's like he'll just look and say, "Well, are any of you good healers by chance?"
I can do healing stuff. You want me to take a look?
Yeah. Go ahead. And yeah, make me medicine. You will have advantage.
What do you mean by good?
Let's see. Trained. Okay, Luna, you're trained in it. Okay. So, okay. Flapjack. You're looking at the wound. And something about it looks septic and is sort of releasing this nauseating, kind of corrupting miasma. And Flapjack, as you just you can see it. It almost makes patterns. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw for Flapjack.
All right.
Okay, Flapjack, can you, as it seems to make patterns, and go ahead and roll me a percentile, followed by a d10 as we 62 and 7. All right. Your body breaks down under this insanity. And what did you get? A 7. You start emitting. Oh, okay, let me close it. Okay. You start emitting a foul smell that is unpleasant even to you. Okay. Does it?
Blech.
Yeah. Okay. And no amount of washing or magic can remove it. For give me a D4, please. Okay, for 4 minutes.
You smell that?
Everyone can smell it.
I smell all sorts of things, Flapjack. Don't tell me you dropped one.
Uh,
I knew the foulness just shifted slightly.
But he, as Brass kind of takes a breath, like, oh, I don't know what you ripped, but here I was going to give you all. And he sort of reaches under his bed. And he pulls out a battle axe. It's elaborately designed and appears to be forged by a shadowy material as he hands it to you all. And you guys can mess with the Abyss Warden's Axe Blade. And so he will say, I don't know if you have ever, none of you, I don't know if you've ever dealt with the trick weapons in this place, but, and then he will like sort of flick it as it sort of changes into a long sword, and then he kind of flicks it and it kind of changes back to a battle axe.
Interesting, but a little big for me. Kind of looks over at Flapjack.
too small.
Looks over at Key.
I could try to use it.
Yeah, you can flick it, and yeah, it's a longsword.
Yeah, I'll use it as a longsword then.
Okay, so yeah, it got some cool stuff. So I think you could do that with the key thing, right, for the monk?
Yeah, I could make it a monk weapon, so I think I need to actually take a short rest to do so, though.
Well, sure enough, you guys can take a short rest here. This seems like a safe place area as it can be. And then there's also the Dagger of Venom if someone wants to mess with that. I don't think that needs doesn't need anything special or attunement or anything. Actually, I don't even think the other weapon, I don't think it needs an... It doesn't say it needs an attunement, so...
Dirk will use the dagger just because, he's more of a scaredy cat, more prone to use poison.
Sure. What's up?
Does
Yeah.
anyone need to use hit dice? Well, if anyone uses hit dice, Dirk will sing a little ditty.
Nice.
Before you guys start burning a bunch of hit dice, I can spend some time and say a little prayer.
Sure.
And you guys can save your hit die for for during battle.
Who is injured? I think George and Dirk are the only ones injured.
George didn't get her. I think it's Flapjack.
Oh, Flapjack.
Well, then maybe I won't do the prayer. And who's down by how much?
Flapjack's down 5 and Dirk's down 3.
Just only a scratch.
Well, so you
But-
say Flapjack. A scratch on me is like half my body.
I will use my free once a day cure wounds for having the gift of the metallic dragon on Dirk.
Oh, that's too kind.
That's
Nice.
overkill. There you go.
Yes, super overkill. Dirk
No
goes-
kill like overkill.
It's weird. The token updates very slowly.
Yeah.
I'll
mhm.
read the HP, but like the number will still be the old one.
I wonder if that's because the animation slows it down a little.
I can try it.
It's been happening on all kinds of tables.
Oh, okay.
Like the game I played today, the DM kept taking 10 more hit points away from me. I'm like, I took it. Stop trying to help me.
Stop helping. Stop helping with pain.
Oh yes.
Okay. Do you guys want to take like a 5-minute break, or are you guys okay to keep going?
I can use 5.
That's good. Thank you.
A 5. All right. I will pause and then we'll come back.